Hey guys, it's time for another video. But before I get started, I just wanted to show you how beautiful it is today. It is a gorgeous day. A little bit rainy, but oh my gosh, just want to let you appreciate it. It might be a little bit rainy, but there are birds everywhere, and oh my goodness, it just sounds amazing. Just listen to it.
Every day, millions of people spend their time going to work, doing their job, coming home, and sleeping. Many of these people spend their time daydreaming about what they could do if only they had the time, some money, a plan. These people spend their time planning and never get started. But for some, their ideas become action. When they have an idea, they begin to pursue it with a burning passion. And although they might find the idea to be a flop, they've learned and experienced things the former never would have. They can take this knowledge and continue to iterate on their ideas, failing faster until they finally reach that $1 million idea, that big break. This is bias towards action.
That's why I'm out here bright and early on this brisk December morning, about to go for a run. Come on, I'll tell you more in the car. Bet you thought I was gonna do some sort of fancy camera trickery or something. Well, not today. Oh crap. I'm in the wrong side of the car. Don't worry. I got this. Let's drive. So, what does bias towards action really mean? Bias towards action is a business term that refers to the decision-making process, specifically the practice of taking action instead of endlessly planning an idea. And it's essential to any entrepreneur and engineer, but I believe that it's applicable in all aspects of life and necessary to reach your fullest potential. If you always sit around dreaming instead of doing, you never get to see those ideas come to fruition. You never actually get to see those things happen. By taking a calculated risk, those biased towards action propel themselves forward into success, that which their counterparts may never experience. Oh look, cute doggy. Dog! No! I say it's time to go for a run.
But how does this apply in real life? Well, by creating a bias towards action, you put yourself in a position where you aren't just dreaming, you're doing. By taking that risk and going after something you want, you create an opportunity. And although your endeavor might fail, you will gain knowledge and experience that will help guide you on your next adventure. So whether that's filming your first video, going for a run, or even just writing your first paragraph, bias towards action will help you get started. Need to find a bench. So, how do we start having a bias towards action? How do we practice that in our everyday lives? Personally, I have ADHD, and with it, impulsivity. And I use that impulsivity to channel my bias towards action. But don't worry, you don't have to have ADHD to be able to be biased towards action. Truth is, bias towards action is a skill, a behavior, a habit, and as any habit, it can be learned. One important thing to mention, a bias towards action is not sporadic. It's defined by making decisions quickly, but changing course slowly. It's about taking a calculated risk. What makes bias towards action work is that it's focused spontaneity. What I mean by that is that a bias towards action is a goal you start on right away, but you keep with it and focus on finishing it once you've started. You need to be committed to the decisions you make and follow through on the projects you start. Kinda like this run. Oh, also, we'll discuss finishing projects in a future video. So the easiest way to practice bias towards action is to start a project. Fairly obvious, right? Well, it's important to note, this project should push you outside of your comfort zone. It should be something that's a little bit of a risk, something you've never done before, or maybe something you don't know much about. This could be finally trying out pottery or sculpting, writing that short story you've been ideating, or maybe learning to build a website. Any project will work. Just make sure that it's definable in scale. Remember to make it a SMART goal: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. In summary, bias towards action is all about calculated risk. It's about being decisive at the right times. And we aren't perfect. Sometimes you'll make a choice, you'll get burned, but the important part is that you learn from that experience. You take it with you and you keep moving forward. 9 times out of 10, the project will work out, but don't let the last 10% stop you from creating. The last important thing to remember with projects is that understand they will change. Understand that the original idea will morph with the creative process, and that's a good thing. As you create, as you act on this bias towards action, you will learn new things and gain new insights. So use those to your advantage. The most important part is to not let yourself get stuck on the details. Don't get attached, and don't let the change of plans stop you. So, that's my little spiel on bias towards action. I think the most important thing is just get started. Go out and make something. Everybody has ideas. Just go out and pick one. And you know, heck, if it helps, go for a little run. You never know where it might take you. I'm Jeff, and this video is my bias towards action. Signing out.